So, a new Spider-Man show called Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man just released its first 2 episodes on Disney+. As a longtime die-hard Spider-Man fan, this was something I had zero hype for. The MCU has been in a steep decline, and I took one look at the animation and art style and was like, no thank you. To top things off, a day or two before the premiere of the show, the lead actor thought he could hype up the show by saying, "You know what? I thought this show that I was cast as the lead of would suck by being really annoying and woke. But you know what? It's actually not woke. It's really good, so you should go watch it." And I'm like, man, Marvel really can't catch a break lately, huh? While the trailers didn't grab me, Marvel did release its first clip of the show to presumably show off one of the better scenes of the show and help promote it. And that didn't do the marketing any favors either.
Thanks. Yeah, I've been better, but I definitely could have been worse.
Yeah, I was here for orientation.
So, you got a name, Hero?
Oh, yeah, sorry, I'm Peter Parker.
Like, not that it's bad, but again, the art style is just so visually unappealing to me to look at first glance, and not to mention, it does feel a little distracting that literally no one in these backgrounds is moving. So safe to say, the show looked really weird. But nonetheless, I tuned in at midnight to watch the first 2 episodes, and you wanna know the weirdest part? The show is actually kinda amazing. But before I talk about it more, if you enjoyed today's video, please remember to leave a like and subscribe. Well, let's get into it. So the show starts with Peter waking up late to make it in time for his first day of high school. And already, I love this use of these comic panels that show Peter getting ready for school. It really does make it feel like we're watching a comic book come to life. It's not anything crazy inventive, like we literally already saw this in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, but still, I like it here too. Peter misses the train because of that classic Parker luck, which I feel like has also been missing in the live-action movies. It's one of those charming staples of the character, just, you know, seeing him be late, lose his job, trip on his shoelaces, or that one sequence in the Raimi movies where Peter just can't get a glass of champagne.
Bruh.
Aunt May picks Peter up, and we get a heartwarming interaction that also establishes their relationship so well.
May, I just want to say thank you. Things have been different without having Uncle Ben around, but you've always been here for me.
Wow, we already got Uncle Ben addressed, which was something that the Spider-Man fans were so angry about in the MCU. In just a few minutes, we got the Parker look back, a solid dynamic with him and Aunt May, and Uncle Ben mentioned. I can already tell the show is going to have a lot of emotional moments and heart.
Where do you think you're going?
So we get our first deviation to Civil War, where we see Doctor Strange fighting Venom at Midtown. The fight itself is pretty cool, and honestly, it makes me wish that we had a Doctor Strange TV show because his power set is so fun and unique. I think it also addresses a minor complaint some people had that they didn't think it was a good idea to implement Spider-Man into a world full of established heroes, as it would take away the groundedness of his character. This show can put all the craziness into it, and it's still able to be very Peter Parker focused and intimate, but we'll get into that stuff more later. Peter gets bit by a spider that came from Doctor Strange's portal, and we get our opening sequence, which I gotta say is pretty cool. It's this mix of the classic Spider-Man theme integrated with some modern-ish hip-hop. I know some people have some complaints that it does kind of feel like corporate hip-hop, and I kind of agree, but I think it's something that I just kind of got used to. And at this point, I do think the art style has warmed up to me as well, and dare I say, is kind of charming actually. The swinging also has some pretty decent animation and fluidity to it. Then we get our first glimpse of Harry Osborn. Again, another common complaint from the MCU Spider-Man is that there is no Harry or Norman Osborn, and we're already getting that. So then Peter saves Harry from these 3 thugs trying to rob him in broad daylight.
You saved my life. I thought it was dead meat. You are. This freak just bought you a couple more seconds. Stevie, get this clown on live. Already on it. Yo, yo, yo.
Okay, yeah, sure. Live stream yourselves committing a crime. That's a good idea. What kind of unrealistic writing is that? I mean, nobody in real life would do that.
The video of an American YouTuber who's been engaging in outrageous acts such as insulting the Statue of Peace and causing disturbances in convenience stores. It was also confirmed that charges have been filed against the American live streamer for assault and illegal drug use.
Hey, would you get out of here? Okay, well, alright, I guess this version of Peter Parker kills people then. Okay.
Pearl still thinks of me as a kid. She's never gonna want to date me if she still looks at me as little Petey Parker.
Don't count yourself out, Pete. Crazier things have happened. I mean, I once knew a guy that still had a babysitter at 12.
I was 11 and a half.
Already, I love the dynamic between Peter and Nico. They have such a comforting friendship and platonic chemistry with each other that I really enjoy. I also think they've been portraying high school decently well so far. Like, Nico feels like a person I personally knew in high school. After this, Peter stops these criminals and catches a car before it collides with the bus, which is such an exciting callback to Civil War, where we see Peter in action for the first time. Then we get our first glimpse of Lonnie Lincoln, otherwise known as the crime boss, Tombstone. He's the stereotypical high school jock who's together with Peter's crush, but he's actually a really nice guy.
Wait, that's illegal.
And what really shocked me after was we'd see Lonnie's commute home, and while he's on the train, this older lady racially profiles him and decides not to sit next to him, presumably because she thinks he's dangerous because of his race. After that, this cop pulls up on him and checks him out for a bit, thinking he's also potentially dangerous. Like, wow, what? This Disney Plus Spider-Man cartoon that no one had expectations for has this in here? This show is proving itself to be a lot more mature and engaging than I originally thought. We even get to see Lonnie's family and warm up to him a lot. Obviously, there's no way this ends well, knowing he'll probably become Tombstone later, but they're really making me care about this character in such a short amount of time. And then we get another one of my favorite scenes where Peter stops this thief from taking money from a pizza shop.
Hi, I believe this money belongs to you.
I'm sorry, I lost my job recently. When I saw the money, something came over me.
I mean, it's ultimately up to you, but she was just down on her luck. I don't know. Maybe let her go just this once?
Yeah, okay, fine.
Like, this one scene alone shows how much these writers understand Spider-Man. He's helping out a small business owner, staying within street-level crime, and being there to actually help out the little guy when he learns that this woman just lost her job and impulsively tried to steal money. Seeing him actually empathize like this with criminals he takes down is not something we often get, especially on this intimate scale. Watching this show makes me think, you know, maybe the best format for Spider-Man storytelling is through TV because we get to see him doing a lot more grounded things and it forces the storytelling to be more subdued. Then the episode ends by recreating the very first scene we see of Peter in Civil War, where he's walking into his apartment, but instead of Tony Stark, we get Norman Osborn. Wow, what a fantastic first episode. It managed to establish the world and Peter's relationships, make me care about all the side characters, and demonstrate a fundamental understanding of who Peter Parker is at his core. It's really living up to its title of being a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man so far, and I hope the rest of the series maintains this quality. For some short thoughts on episode 2, I loved it just as much. And as Peter stopping more street-level crime, navigating high school and his relationships, and starting an internship at Oscorp while he's trying to balance being Spider-Man. The action scenes also maintain their quality when Peter fights this pyromaniac who's burning down apartments, and then he realizes he's burning down the wrong one.
You're looking at the future site of 52nd Street's newest luxury high-rise!
Oh, wait, we're on 51st Street. You're burning the wrong building down, dude.
Like, the humor is so well handled too. It's genuinely funny and not just a bunch of quips.
Hey, Pete!
Also, I do feel like nitpicking. This show takes place in 2016, and Meet Me at Our Spot by Willow and Tyler Cole came out in 2020. At the end of the episode, we see that Norman Osborn learns that Peter is Spider-Man already. Like, wow, another cool hook. I'm so excited to see what happens after that. Is Norman cool with it? Does he sort of blackmail Peter to keep working there and do Spider-Man things for Norman? We'll see. And just to address this one more time, Hudson Thames, the voice actor for Peter, was saying he was worried that the show would be woke and was relieved that it wasn't, which is especially funnier after watching the show. Because, like, it is very woke. Like, Norman and Harry are race swapped, the entire cast is incredibly diverse, Dr. Connors is both race and gender swapped, and we see Lonnie experiencing racial profiling. Like, it's very woke. I will say that the Dr. Connors thing kind of threw me off for a bit, but I do think the reason that they did it is so that Peter doesn't have two father figures at the same time with like Norman and Dr. Connors. So I think it could be a good change, and also if it doesn't fundamentally change who the character is, then I don't think it really matters. And some people do think that Disney had the actors say that to attract that anti-woke crowd or whatever, but I mean, once they watch this show, they're gonna hate it anyway because it actually is woke, so I don't know what the plan there was. Nonetheless, I'm loving the show so far. It's giving me the same type of feelings I had when watching Spectacular Spider-Man for the first time, which is very high praise. We might just be watching an all-timer Spider-Man series right here, ladies and gents. Granted, there are only 2 episodes out, so it could go either way, but for now, I'm really enjoying it. And I'm also now really excited to see Charlie Cox's Daredevil here, and Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin. I can't wait till next Wednesday. So what did you guys think of the new show? Did you watch it yet? If not, I hope my video convinced you and you give it a shot yourself. And I'd love to know all your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. With all that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.